Hello, my name is Sama Russel, and you're listening to episode 44 of The Place of Sound. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. And for those of you who have been following along through the past few episodes of the show, welcome back. For those of you who happen to be listening for the first time, The Place of Sound is a show that explores the theme of space or the social geography using sound and listening. We do so through a variety of audio media formats, so you can expect to do a few different types of listening in a single show. Episodes consist of what we refer to as audio portraits, or oral history-style interviews, that explore the topic of home. Soundscape compositions, which use everyday sounds to communicate the personal and social significance of a given place. And we typically end the episode with a short documentary-style piece that explores the place-based identity of the producer. The aim with these particular projects is to allow the producer to think about the places that made them who they are today. These are the types of projects you can expect to hear on The Place of Sound. And in this episode, all of them were produced by students here at Carleton University. They're what gets produced in COM's 4501 Digital Media Production, which is a fourth-year workshop course in the Communications and Media Studies program taught by Vincent Andrusani. Okay, on to the projects. In this episode, we'll listen to an audio portrait, a soundscape composition, and an audio documentary. 3 projects in total. The first is an audio portrait by Yingjun Lu titled My Italian Family in Toronto. It consists of an interview that Angel conducted with her homestay grandma, Yolanda, on the topic of home. In it, Yolanda talks about what home means to her today with her experience moving from Italy to Canada. In doing so, she describes the foods that shaped her perception of home. I hope you're not listening to this on an empty stomach. The second project we'll listen to is a soundscape composition. It is titled A Chaotic Escape by Noor Hamdala. In this piece, Noor focuses on the theme of escapism, describing her favorite place to spend time when life feels overwhelming. And lastly, we'll listen to an audio documentary by Riley Williamson titled The Dinner Party. This piece is about her move to Ottawa and her feelings about wrapping up her final year at Carleton. Her and her roommates are hosting a dinner party, so through a phone call with her mom, she asks for help on how to bake a pie. All right, enough from me, and let's get to listening. We're going to start with Angel's audio portrait titled My Italian Family in Toronto. Angel, over to you.
What does home mean to you? Where, when, and why do you feel at home? For me, home is far away. It could be a feeling when I'm staying with my friends. It also could be the taste and flavor from my hometown. Hello guys, here's Angel in Ottawa. Today we're so honored to invite my homestay grandma, Yolanda DeMarco, to be my interviewee. Let's enjoy her chat about home in her perspective. Where does she from? What is the basic and impressive home mean to her?
My name is Yolanda DeMarco. My maiden name is Lepera. I come from Abrigliano in Italy. I came in 1953 with my mother, 2 sisters and a brother. Coming to Canada, it was a wonderful thing to do for us because my grandparents were here already. My grandfather actually came in 1927. And so he actually built a nice, kind of a community where we all met in Sudbury. I went to school to Sudbury, and then I met John, and we have our own family. And what's really wonderful now is that we have 5 great grandchildren, and we get together. They come over. We have our Easter cookies, which is our tradition. We started with when Sheila and Richard were about 3 years old, and we're still doing this tradition, which is very, very important to us. And then at Christmas time, they come over beforehand. We make pasta or lasagna. Let me tell you about the lasagna we make. The lasagna is a very delicious pasta dish. You need, of course, we make our own pasta, which is only eggs and flour and just a bit of water. And you need you can do it by hand or you can use a machine. The children come over, especially the grandchildren, they come over and they all help turning the handle so we can make the pasta. And then we have to make the tomato sauce. You need mozzarella cheese. So you put it all together, which it takes a good day to make it all, to make it from the start to the end. And then when at Christmas time, of course, we all share and we eat, and everybody comes over. And not only do we make lasagna, we make other foods like other meats. But that was the one tradition which the family always did. Another one is Easter. At Easter time, we make the Easter cookies. That's actually from John's hometown. He has a special little. They make the cookie dough, but also when afterwards everybody's here making all kinds of designs, they try to make little rabbits, a little baskets, a little eggs, and anything they can think of. We're all in the kitchen. We're all making fun of each other. We're all enjoying, the fun of playing with the dough and playing with the kids and everything else. So it's really wonderful, a wonderful time to be together. And enjoy the whole family, because it's really wonderful to have a family that you stay with, and they come and visit you, and you love them. And when you don't see them, you miss them. So right now they're all much older. There's some working, most of them are working, some are school, but they're all far away. And so when they come home, it's a very good feeling to have them at home again and having them a big meal, because they enjoy coming to the nonnies, known as the grandparents in Italian, and enjoyed staying with us. And we all get together again, and it really is a wonderful time we spend with the whole family.
I don't know about you, but I could really go for some lasagna now. All right, now we're going to hand it over to Noor for her soundscape composition titled A Chaotic Escape. Noor?
Hi everyone. My name is Noor Hamdala, and I'm a 4th-year student majoring in Communications and Media Studies at Carleton University. For my digital media production class, I created a soundscape composition of a place that holds a lot of significance to me, simply in the way it makes me feel. This place for me is the Pier in Gatineau. In this composition, you will hear the sounds of this space that I spend hours getting lost in, and although chaotic at times, it brings me peace. This place has been a source that brings me back to myself, and in a way, my safe place. This is what I like to call my chaotic escape.
You have one new message. To listen, press 1.
Hi, Noor. Just wanted to know if you'll be coming to the meeting tomorrow morning. And I also wanted to let you know that we have 2 assignments due by end of day tomorrow and a final exam in 2 days.
When life gets overwhelming, I look for an escape, somewhere I can go to clear my head, alone, far from everyone and everything. Luckily, I found the perfect place for an escape. The escape begins on the journey there. Just me, my thoughts, and my favorite music. I've been coming to the pier in Gatineau for over a year now. It's my safe place. It's surrounded with water and it overlooks the Alexander Bridge. It rained last night, so it was really windy and wet, but I didn't care. I had to be here. This place lets me be who I want to be and feel what I want to feel. It gives me a breath of fresh air, even if it's temporary. It brings me back to myself and allows me to see the world for what it really is. There's usually no one here at this time. It's as quiet as it can be. But to make sure I'm excluded from the world, I have to pass this chain to get closer to the water. Peace. The sound of the water is so soothing. It always has been. It reminds me of where I grew up. My house overlooked a river, and since then I found myself finding familiarity in every river I see. This place is the perfect mix of calm and chaos, almost a reflection of my mental state. Calm and chaotic. Calm when it's just the water, and chaotic when the cars pass by the bridge. Calm when I'm not giving into my intrusive thoughts, and chaotic when all I can hear are my intrusive thoughts. Now it's time to inhale and exhale the toxins. Just like that, everything's going to be okay.
Thanks, Noor. I really enjoyed that soundscape composition. I love going to places where I can feel like myself again. All right, now over to Riley Williamson for her dinner party audio documentary. Riley?
Hi, I'm Riley. I'm a fourth-year student at Carleton University, majoring in Communication and Media Studies. This is my audio documentary for Comms 4501 titled The Dinner Party. In this piece, I think about my identity in relation to being a student in Ottawa. I explore my own sense of self through my connections and relationships to others, while also hosting a dinner party with my roommates and friends. Thank you for listening, and I hope you enjoy. The concept of my own identity is something I think about a lot. What shapes me and what parts of my life are most important to my own sense of self. I've always felt comfortable in Ottawa, which is something I felt a little bit weird about when I first moved here in 2019 for school.
Many of my friends in first year, and even now, are really attached or nostalgic for their lives in their hometowns, and they know that once they graduate, they'll go back. I don't really ever get homesick or miss my life in my hometown of Barrie, and when I do feel homesick, it's a longing to be with the people I love, more than to be in the physical place I grew up in. When I'm homesick, it's because I miss my mom and family in Barrie, or my sisters and other family members who live on the East Coast. The strange thing is that for my last 2 years of high school, I was terrified for university because of how much of a homebody I was. I almost never slept over at other people's houses because I've always suffered from anxiety, and it made it really hard to be in new places. The idea of being somewhere away from home was terrifying. My mom and my sister were some of the only people in my life who understood my anxiety and what it felt like to be swallowed by your surroundings, or to feel alone in a room full of people. I spent a lot of time alone, and not even in a sad way. It was just what was easiest and most comfortable for me, and my bedroom became my safe space, and moving to a new city meant losing that. Establishing myself in Ottawa was daunting in theory, but almost effortless in practice. The shock I'd been bracing myself for never happened. Much of my identity that exists solely in relation to living in Ottawa is temporary. I'm a student at Carleton University, but I'm going to graduate, and it will become a place that I once attended. My apartment and my bedroom in Ottawa reflect many aspects of who I am, but my lease ends in a couple months, and I'll find a new place to hang up my pictures. Even though I see Ottawa as a temporary aspect of my identity, I've never felt hopeless about my life here, and I've never longed for the life I had before living here. I think that this is because of the people that I built relationships with. There's something seemingly very natural about my life here. And even though I still love being alone sometimes, it's become an option rather than just my default. I have really wonderful people in my life that will be significant to my identity longer than I will be in Ottawa. I still miss my mom sometimes, especially when I'm anxious, but I have friends here who understand what it can be like, especially as we're all living away from home. Now, I call my mom when I can't figure out the right way to make a pie for the dinner party that me and my roommates are hosting with our friends.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, I'm making a pumpkin pie, and I just need to know, do I pre-bake the crust?
Do you... No.
No?
No.
I don't pre-bake the crust?
No.
Really?
Yes, you do. No, you don't.
Wait,
No, you don't.
do I pre-bake the crust or not?
No, the only pies that you pre-bake the crust for are the ones that you're not baking. So like a lemon meringue pie or something.
Are you sure?
Then you have to pre-cook
I
it.
feel like you pre-bake a pumpkin pie.
No.
Okay.
You
I just needed to ask that.
But lately, I've just been using graham cracker crust on them because I prefer it.
Oh, that would have been good, but I already bought the Pillsbury, crust.
Didn't make it.
No.
Gatherings like this are what make me feel connected to this city and to the person I have grown into since moving here. Me and my friends gather in our small kitchen and have noisy conversations about anything and everything, and it makes the room feel bigger than it is. It makes my apartment feel bigger than it is, and it makes the impermanence of our identities as students in Ottawa feel so small.
Mom to the rescue.
Yeah.
She's bullying you.
I don't know. Why is this, not working?
It's cold.
Amelia, did I already wreck it?
No.
Why don't you just start making the inside stuff while it...
So true.
This is not gonna be a cute crust.
That's fine.
Oh my god.
As long as it tastes good, I don't really care what it looks like.
Honestly, same.
Me and my roommates, Amelia and Abby, hang out in the kitchen the morning of the dinner party and prepare veggies, pies, and lasagna. The kitchen is usually the busiest room in the apartment. It's loud and it's messy, but it's comforting. We all have our own dishes we cling to for comfort, and I can always tell who's cooking just by the smell that fills the hallway. For the dinner party, I prepare my pie in the kitchen with Abby and Amelia, and we share stories and laughs like usual. Abby is cutting up veggies to roast, and Amelia is preparing the filling for our lasagna.
Hey!
Later in the evening, as more friends join, we reflect on experiences of first year and what our plans are for after graduation. My friend Kiara and I are both taking a 5th year of undergrad. A couple friends will graduate and move back home, and some are planning to attend grad school in a new city right away. But regardless of where we go, these years of our lives will be memorialized through our stories, experiences, and pictures that we share with each other during moments like this, where we come together and reflect on our past, present, and future.
That homemade.
Oh my
god, Tanya.
Melty and crispy.
Like in the chair, like in between the cushions.
Jordan, do you want to try some of this?
Sure.
How?
Did you set the table, Riley?
Not really. I made a little centerpiece.
Ridiculous. I expect higher level of effort, Riley.
Oh my god. I'm gonna put some. It's the worst dinner party ever.
Literally. Make it show that you don't care anymore.
No.
I brought my camera so we can take cute phone pictures.
Aww.
That's yummy, Riley. She's not here.
She's not here.
That's embarrassing.
She left the premises.
I think I cut up like way too much lettuce.
You want for me, Jordan?
I was saying that's good.
Yeah, I know, right? It's like not too dry, not too wet.
If you want to put a bigger bowl, one that has like the plastic lid, that way you can put the dressing in it and like shake it with everything to like get it coated if you want.
But this is a pretty bowl.
No, I know, and then put it in the pretty bowl.
Oh, okay.
Question, is it too much lettuce for us? Because like I also...
It was November.
That is iconic.
Salad.
That's
good.
Salad.
This is good?
Oh my god, that's so funny.
That's good.
Yeah, Benny, you can always start with some and then add more.
That's true.
Jordan, I feel like you and I ate half this bowl.
Real.
During the prep for the dinner party, we faced a couple roadblocks that we had to overcome. The first event was that my pie dish was way bigger than my crust, and we had to piece together 2 crusts in order to make one. Then Kiara's bus broke down and Amelia and Abby went to rescue her. Once everybody was in the kitchen, I spilled red wine on the front of my sage green sweater, and we had to emergency rescue it. The night got messy, but it was natural, and it was exactly what I expected it to be.
Oh my god, it looks so good.
Is that homemade?
So good.
Yeah.
That's really impressive. Jordan, do you
Yeah,
want
I'm
garlic
gonna do it
bread?
afterwards
Yes.
because I don't want it to touch.
Just grab it. I'll just
Everyone, you want 1 or 2?
There's enough for everyone to have 2 and then there's 2 left.
Okay.
Cheers to dinner party! Guys, nobody hit my glass.
I love collecting memories, and I'm obsessed with creating proof that I am living. This piece that you are hearing right now is in and of itself a reflection of my identity. I have been able to explore my identity by living in Ottawa, but my identity will also continue to develop when I move on from this city. But at the same time, I don't feel any particular urge to stay here, and I don't feel any rush to leave, which I think is what makes it so easy to just be here. As our plates clear and the night comes to an end, we make plans for another dinner party in the new year. And in this room full of people, I feel comfortable, appreciated, and content.
Thank you, Angel, Noor, and Riley for sharing your projects with us. And thank you for tuning in to this episode of The Place of Sound. I hope this episode left you asking yourself some questions. And I want you to reflect on those questions and think back to the environments that you grew up in. What specific sounds shaped your home? Like Yolanda, is there certain foods that offer you that home feeling? Or like Noor, who finds her comfort in a place she can escape to? Or like Riley, is it sitting down with your friends over some dinner and thinking back to old memories? Again, all these projects are produced by Carleton students in the Communication and Media Studies program. Before I sign off, a couple quick notes. The first is about the featured work section on the Place of Sound website. It's a blog that presents some of the individual projects you will hear or have heard on this show. On the site, you're of course able to play the audio work itself, but you can also see some of the original photos and the writing that students produce to go along with the audio. Since you can't see that writing or see the photos on the radio show, this is a great way to access it, so check that out on the blog section on theplaceofsound.ca. The second thing I want to mention is that if you enjoyed this show, you can listen back to previous episodes. You can find them in multiple places, on ckcufm.com, on the website, theplaceofsound.ca, or where you listen to other podcasts such as Apple Podcasts or Amazon Podcasts. Lastly, make sure you go check out our Instagram page at The Place of Sound to keep updated with new episodes and more information. Again, thank you so much for listening. My name is Sama Russel, and you'll be hearing more of me on this show. I'm excited to tell you guys a little more about myself and upcoming episodes, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And now I'm off to go find myself some delicious lasagna. I've been craving it ever since Yolanda described it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and for now, goodbye!